Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in to another Simple Easy Art video. Today we're going to be doing the Trolls logo. So to start out, draw a curved line with a feathered tip on the left side. Bring the line across and start the vertical portion of the T with a squared end. The right side of the T has that curve going down. Now you could start on the R, and you want it to come close to the right tip of the T, and then kind of in a curved top portion of the R. The O, we need to correct that. The O actually comes close to the inside of the R, and it comes lower than the R, and then there's a little point there. I'm just going to round that out. Now we'll do the L, this first L, the bottom of the first L comes a little bit above the bottom of the O. Now draw the second L. The second L comes slightly lower than the first L. And we'll do the inside of the O. And we'll do the S here. So the top of the S is almost at the same level as the top of the second L. The bottom of the S comes a little bit above it, and I'm using these other letters as gauges on where to put the letters next to them, just to keep the proportions and to ensure that it looks like the real logo. So now you'll see I'm doing the three fingers, and we'll do the eyes. Side of the eyes, the pupils, and the nose. Now let's get started on the troll's feet. Draw a line that angles off to the left, and then in the middle of the legs a line that comes straight down, and then on the right of the foot a line that angles out to the right and curved. Make some contours on the tips of the feet for the toes. So now we can start working on the hair. So right at the curve at the top of the T, draw a line that kind of fades off to the right. And draw kind of light spikes on the hair. Don't really press too hard because we want it to have a feathery look on it. Okay, now we can go ahead and start coloring in. Get your orange marker, not too dark, not too light orange, and start outlining each of the letters. And you'll see right before I start outlining the letter, I erase just enough of the pencil mark, so it's just a very light line. That way when we do the full coloring in of the letters, you don't see any of the pencil marks, which could make it look a little messier. Outlining the S. And let's go ahead and color in the letters. As I say in my other videos, try and keep the marker moving so you don't see too many marks or overlap lines within the coloring. Just try and stay within the lines. like to clean up some of the pencil, and we'll go ahead and start drawing in the troll's hands. So get your green marker. Try not to touch the orange so there's no smudges. And we'll go ahead and outline the feet. Get your black marker and just outline the eyes. Just a nice clean line, and then color in the pupils. Make sure to leave the little white dot for the reflection. And get your green marker and start coloring in around the eyes. Try not to touch the black. I used a watercolor black this time, so if I touch it, it's going to smudge. So I'm very careful when I'm coloring around it not to touch it. The eyes just a little bit. And get a darker green, just about one shade darker, and color in the nose. And almost like a turquoise to put in the shading. Now get a light blue marker. And we're going to do the hair. The hair is going to be the hardest part. So at the very top, you're just going to want to draw a lot of lines. So the left part of the hair is going to curve to the left. The middle part is going to kind of go straight up. And then draw to the right of the hair, it's going to curve to the right. So just draw a lot of lines. That's kind of where the spikes of the hair are. And then just color in. Again, try not to touch any of the orange with the blue. Just try and get just close enough where you're coloring everything in without risking smudging the orange. Top, continue with some of the lines, and now get a slightly darker blue, draw more lines, and you can color that in as well. So it's almost like we're blending here. You're going to want to draw lines, because if you just draw solid colors, you're not going to get that hair effect. So you're going to want to draw a lot of lines and leaving little lines of color, of the lighter color still in the hair, and that gives it the shadow effect of having the spiky hair. Okay, now let's focus on the letters, the shading of the letters. Get a darker orange and just follow what you see me do here with the location of the shading. So you're not going to shade all the way around the entire letter. You're going to just want to shade the bottom sections that you'll see me do here. So you see I'm using the bigger brush, like felt tip side of the marker. And that helps me color a wider, thicker line when I'm pressing down on that felt tip. Still gives me the ability to do a very fine line if I just have the very sharp point of the tip touching. So here you're going to get the same orange that you colored the letters with, and you're just going to add to the shading. So here we're going to layer the color so it starts to blend in with the darker orange. So even though this is the same orange that we colored the letters with, once you start to layer it over and over, it starts to get darker, and then it'll start to blend with the dark orange. So we will want to blend it. As you get close to the very edge of the dark orange, you're going to want to fill that in so it kind of has a fading effect. Now get your medium to dark green marker. You're going to want to color in the lines between the fingers and between the legs. And outline the tips of the toes, so you'll just see slight curves, nothing too exaggerated. And then color in almost like a straight line across the shading, and then now you can draw in the little lines for his toes. Get the same green that you used to color in his body and do a little bit of the layering around the fingers. Same with the feet. Put a little bit of shade on the eye, and now you're going to want to get your white pencil, a white colored pencil, and you're just going to want to add a little bit of, it's almost like highlighting on the different areas of the letters and on the hair. So this just adds to the shadow effect and the glare effect. A little bit on the feet and on the toes. Now get a matching blue, light blue colored pencil, and you're going to want to add in a little bit of shading to the hair, and this will give it kind of a feathery effect. So it won't be a solid line, it'll be kind of like a feathered line, and that helps to make it look like it's real hair. Just kind of go in on the edges, make some lines on the top, draw additional hairs. Get your dark green, shading the bridge of the nose there. And get your dark orange and just do one more outline on the very edge. And that should do it for my Trolls video. I hope you guys liked the video. Feel free to leave comments. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.